begin. Welcome to Emoti-kaun. This is session number 22. So for Pooja and Purvi, who dropped in for a while last time, this entire series was designed to create awareness, become more in connect with our emotions, because very clearly emotions guide us, rule us to a great extent, confuse us, but also make our human lives more meaningful with all the experiences that we have. So the entire series was designed to uh, get more in touch with ourselves so that we can live better lives. And as we build better lives and we continue to build better lives, we are also able to touch the lives of others positively to a great extent. Right. So that's uh, what is the main intention of the Emoti-kaun series. And there is Sowmiya, whose W therapies is the premise, is the mothership of on which the Emoti-kaun series is built. So, Sowmiya, a couple of things from you, maybe a recap or something that we've spoken about.
Hi guys. So we've come a long way in tackling about emotions, understanding them. We've talked about different types of emotions and we have used Mahabharat majorly to see how emotions crop up over there, how they have dealt with it, for us to understand that even characters, some of them who we consider as God, also have shades of all these emotions. And mere mortals can pick up a few tricks from there to make our lives a little better. So last time we had done embracing life. So how can we actually love you zindagi? And today let's go forward with how we say, let go of the painful emotions. But how do we do that? Is it as easy? I don't know because, frankly, even I sometimes struggle with it. But then I know, okay, pause, and then let's see how can we deal with it. And that's what we're going to do today. So back at you, Hema.
Right? So today's session is primarily, like Soumya said, a pause. Unless we pause, see, emotions are very strong in their own way. So while we are feeling a lot, it's almost like being at in the eye of a tornado. There's just so much happening, and once an emotion is set into motion, thoughts are like another level altogether. Yeah, I can speak for myself as well as a lot of other people. They're all masters of overthinking. Yeah, one emotion can trigger ऐसा होगा तो वैसा होगा, वैसा होगा तो ऐसा होगा, ऐसा होगा तो क्या होगा, लेकिन ऐसा तो नहीं है. Oh, last time they didn't react like this time they reacted like this. Do they not like us? Am I not important? Am I not good enough? So many questions come up, unfortunately, to which we have no answers. We have no answers to any of these questions, which creates more emotion, more confusion, more fear, more angst, more irritation. So basically, one emotion now starts mutating into multiple things. And we are like, oh my God, where did I start from and where have I landed? And I still don't have answers. I still don't have peace. I still can't see any hope in the near future. Like it seems to get worse and worse. Therefore, when people say let go and accept what it is, it's very important for us to take a step back and understand what acceptance means. So, a question open to all of you. What are the basic emotions that every human has? Although we've spoken about this, it's not a quiz, but we've spoken about this in the past. But uh, very logically speaking, what do you think are the basic emotions, two major basic emotions, that contradictory emotions that we all face? Not voluntarily, but owing to our hardwiring. Any idea?
Anger. guilt, sadness,
Anger, guilt, sadness. Okay. Okay. Any ba-
anxiety,
any basic two? Anxiety. Yes.
fear,
Yes. And the opposite of fear is there has to be
The
opposite of
positive emotions like happiness and,
correct.
yeah.
those are all the other spectrum. She was
Very
all
good.
referring to
Correct.
like lower vibration. These are all the opposite, like,
Correct.
happiness and you feel you are under protection, gratitude. Those are all
Yes.
the positive emotions.
Absolutely. So everything is a duality, right? Where there is this, there is that. There is a counterpart for each of these emotions, right? But the two primary emotions that we all face, owing to our hard wiring, is love and fear. Okay. So all the other emotions that we spoke about, anxiety, sadness, anger, these are all secondary emotions stemming from fear. Similarly, gratitude, happiness, joy, love, warmth, all of these are offshoots of love. Okay. Now, when we talk about acceptance, the primary tug of war is between wanting to believe something, that is moving, wanting to move towards love, but getting stuck in fear. Right? Just think about any dilemma under the sun. Let's say you like a person. When I say like a person, it can be any person, not necessarily not talking about a romantic context or something. Just any random thing on earth. You want it, you like a person, but now there are doubts. What are those doubts? Am I getting enough respect? Am I important in this person's life? Am I enough for this person? Uh, does anybody care about me? Uh, like you name it. Like now, from this point on, but once these questions come up, there are other things that get triggered way back from our past. Yeah, because these are very familiar emotions that we've all faced. As far as asking ourselves, am I important to this person? Am I important in this larger scheme of things? This is a very, very common question that we all have. Now, this is the fearful side of it. What do we want to believe? We want to believe that yes, I'm important. Yes, somebody likes me. Yes, somebody likes me for who I am. Now, there are two questions that crop up here. Okay, one, do you like yourself for who you are? Is a very big question. So we yesterday I was having a conversation with one of my clients, and the question, the point that she brought up was very interesting. And she said that if somebody tells me I'm pretty, I will believe that I'm pretty. Yeah, and I think that applies to half the universe, more than half. If somebody tells me I love you, uh, we kind of get that momentum and we say, yeah, yeah, if somebody loves me, I must be lovable. Yeah. And if I am lovable, then I hold on to hope. I hold on to something that makes me feel better, right? But now, in the absence of anybody telling you I love you, in those many words, what happens to you? What happens to you when there is no external validation of what you want to believe? Yeah.
Generally, person feel low that, nobody is there to, because we all as humans seek that. Because
That,
when we are children, we get that from our parents, and as we grow, we seek from a partner.
right. So, in some ways, do you mean that we never grow up?
No, we do grow up, like things change. So, primarily when you are a child till teen, your parents' validation is very important.
Right.
Once you grow, there's an attraction to the opposite sex, and you seek validation there.
Right. So
Yeah.
this game never stops.
Yeah,
somebody or the
somewhere
other
or
is
other,
there.
we want somebody. Everybody wants to be loved, that appreciation and stuff.
Correct. So wanting that intermittently is very different from building your life based on that. No, it's a very, very, very big difference. So the question again here is that, do you accept yourself the way you are? Do you love yourself the way you are? Because we all have aspects that we have to change. We will continue to have those. We are not enlightened souls that we can, like click our fingers and we get like absolutely enlightened and we are like flawless. And the more flawless somebody seems, something is a big, big question mark in there, because itna flawless koi nahi hota. Especially a human is never flawless that way. So having said that, uh, like I said, in the absence of external validation, what should we fall back on? That is the premise of acceptance. Okay. If nobody tells me that I love you, if nobody appreciates me for the work I have done, if nobody openly says that, oh my God, Hema, you are an amazing human being, what will I think about myself? That is the grown up response to what we actually seek. And that is why, in so many ways, we call this self-love, the acceptance of ourselves in our own minds. So there was this really beautiful, I don't know if it was on WhatsApp, it is definitely on Pinterest. So there's this, cartoon. It says, what is acceptance? So it is raining, and the dialogue there is that, oh my God, it's raining, it's going to get wet, I don't know when it will stop, and so on and so on and so on. No, there's this big paragraph about, oh my God, it is raining now. Versus, it is raining, yes, it is. That's it. So acceptance doesn't come with a lot of random thoughts. It doesn't come with unnecessary thinking. It doesn't come with conditions. It just comes with accepting what is. So to a great extent, when we talk about, I feel I'm not enough, what will be the accepting statement? Yes, I feel that right now. There are multiple reasons for why I feel that, but I feel that right now. A great pointer here for all of us to remember is that whenever we speak about emotions, remember that those emotions are valid right now, in this moment. Emotions are the most transient thing ever. Right now, you may be suffering the hell out here. Ye nahi ho raha, wo nahi ho raha, wo nahi ho raha, wo nahi ho raha. One small thing has to change and your entire emotion will change. Nobody's
But
telling
that is
me
how it
anything.
should be, or it should not be.
It shouldn't. That is where
It
acceptance
shouldn't
comes
be.
in.
Huh.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. Because if external validation is going to control how we feel, then we are asking for big trouble. Because we will meet 10,000 people who will tell us different things about ourselves. No? And whom all will we believe? And then if you have an equal number of I don't like this person versus 50% of I like this person, what are you supposed to believe about you? Forget the world, even your own parents, right? A lot of times we feel that, oh my God, my parents love me. And when they speak nasty, because parents being parents, they will do their magic sometimes. And they speak nasty, you will be like, oh my God, what? Who speaks to the child like that? So the tug of war has already begun way back in our childhood. But like I said, if we continue that game in our own mind, then life will continue to be from that child's perspective, who could never understand whether my parents love me or they don't, whether this person loves me or he doesn't, whether am I good enough or I'm not. So this constant swinging between. So when we talk about even confidence for that matter, am I confident? Sometimes I feel on top of the world. Some of these days are like, wow, सब कुछ आता है, सब कुछ करें, everything is in control. Yay, everything is like absolutely fine. Throw at me whatever you can, and I will handle it today. And there are these days that, oh my God, this random things coming at me, I just don't get over. Like so many random things coming at me. I can't handle it. I'm just done with all of this. But you will realize that that's how human lives are. Some things will happen, some things will not happen. What will change is this entire perspective that you have towards what is happening outside you. So when so Sowmiya and I are attending a class, and the sir there said something very important. He said that if you react the same way in pain as you react in pleasure, your life will be absolutely sorted.
If you come again, if you react the same way in
pain as
Hmm.
you react in pleasure. So when I face a pleasurable condition, I'm like, yeah, okay, fine. I believe this about myself. I'm good enough. Everybody's good. Life is good. Everything is good. Or everything is okay. I feel more in control. Let's not take the euphoric statement. Euphoric situations are very rare. But if we look at positive situations, we say that, okay, I'm in control. I feel in control. I feel good about myself. Can we say that in pain? When we are in pain? When we are able to say that, your life will miraculously transform.
But I think to come to that state, one has to master how to manage emotions.
Yes.
You know,
That
when
is why
you are so much in self-love and you know that you've gone through ups and downs and you can introspect and you come to that state, okay, yes, this is a transient phase.
yes,
Only then you will not be able to react. Correct
that
me if I'm wrong. I'm wrong.
that's absolutely correct. But that is also when you tell yourself it's okay. This is not to last. And we are not, when we were children, we would react very differently to the same thing. But now we are grown-ups. We have resources to do multiple things to fix things or feel better, rather. Amya has something to say, Amya?
I agree to what you're saying, that how we react to pleasure, if we react the same way to pain, things would be so much simpler, better. And yes, to what Purvi also said about, you have to get that level of mastering probably. But interestingly, forget mastering if that is too big a word, if it looks like, just with awareness that this is what is happening, and let me check on how to react. So it's practice basically. How does anyone become a master? When you do something over and over again, you'll end up being a master. No one is born with it. Okay, yeah, some people may be, but for mortals like us, we are on the practicing loop. So just listening to what we are saying, and maybe checking back, or from, when you switch off from the Zoom meeting now, and just checking your feelings, your reactions each and every time something happens, that will also bring in the mastery. Because so immediately you may not be able to change it. Okay, no worries. But because you're catching yourself doing it, the next time you'll get better. You'll get better. That's how it will just keep working till you are like, okay, my favorite pen broke. Okay, its time was done. Maybe I can get a new one. So just that, and when you get the new pen, okay, now I have a new pen. So same level of enthusiasm, or same level of pain that you're experiencing. It's a small example, but just to, get that awareness in. That's all.
Definitely. That's absolutely correct. Like another thing very closely related to what Soumya said is the repetition of, oh my God, things are difficult. Oh my God, things are difficult. It almost becomes like a mantra. Oh my God, my life is not falling in place. It's not falling in place. It's not falling in place. So the more we are going to reiterate that, the more it is going to look difficult. Whether it is difficult or not on a very realistic front is a different matter altogether. So when we are repeating this multiple times to ourselves, and when somebody else comes and puts out like a very simple thing that yeah, so yeah, you're feeling this, so do this, and things will fall in place. You get irritated. Have you ever felt that ever? Yeah. So we're like, don't give me advice. I know how difficult my life is. Okay. So somewhere we also attach or feel for the suffering that we go through. Yeah. And we then don't know how to get out of it. The first step to, like Sowmiya rightly said, that catch yourself in the act, like the way you think, the way you react. And it will require a lot of practice for us to say that it's okay. It's okay. Whatever is happening, regardless of what is happening, it is okay. It will come through. Some things, you will get some direction, you will get some sign, you will get some breakthrough, you will get some clarity to be able to move ahead. But well before that, we need to tell ourselves it's okay. What's happening is okay. Because anyways, you are not going to be able to change what's happening outside you. By telling yourself that it's okay that I'm feeling scared, it's okay that I'm feeling lonely, it's okay that I'm feeling XYZ, the path becomes clear. There is no hurdle anymore. And with the removal of that hurdle, there is also less mutation of emotion. What do I mean? So with helplessness, with fear comes helplessness. With helplessness comes irritation. With irritation comes anger. With anger comes probably something else, maybe a self-sabotaging thought or some things that one which is not helpful or which is not pleasant either. So to a great extent, the I don't know if you're familiar with the Bhagavad Gita. When Krishna tries to tell Arjun to go ahead, fight the war, and he's also stuck in this dilemma of saying that should I not, should I not? These are people that I love. Should I be doing that? Is that kingdom that important? Is all of this really necessary? And should I be the one who's taking charge or whatever? No? Like, why should I be taking the decision and so on and so forth? This is the same thing that was told to him. That one who does his duty without unnecessarily attaching any positive or negative emotion or looking at positive events and the negative events in the same way is a person who's called as Sthita Pragya. So Sthita Pragya is the stable one who views the life in a very objective way, not getting too attached to something as well as not getting too demoralized by something. So this is not like only a psychological theory, whether you look at it spiritually, whether you look at it psychologically, whether you look at it from a very commonsensical point of view, struggles in your own mind, struggling in your own mind, rarely gives solutions. Have you ever tried to untangle a chain which is messed up or a thread which is like वो लूप में चला गया है? कभी चेन हम ऐसे डाल देते हैं पर्स में और जब हम निकालते हैं it's like a big गुच्छा there, you know, and then we like trying to get it apart. Come on, fast! I don't have time, you know. You're struggling with it, and the more you struggle, the more you're frustrated. Anyways, the knot does not open. What changes everything when somebody comes and takes it from your hand and undoes it is the calmness of it all. Saying that, okay, give. Somebody snatches it away from your hand. They are like 1, 2, 3, and they just undone the entire thing and given it to you back. And you're like, wow, what? So it's not that you couldn't have done it, but if we continue to stay in the state of flux as far as emotions go, once again, what we were taught very recently and which we already have reiterated, that In the eye of the tornado, you will not see anything outside. Similarly, while in the midst of feeling intense emotion, you will not get clarity. So the only way to get clarity is to tell yourself it's okay. Whatever it is that is happening, it's okay. And with that okayness, doors will open, clear thoughts will come in, feelings will settle down, opportunities will be seen more clearly, solutions will crop up, and eventually you will feel much calmer. So, to sum it up, like Sowmiya rightly said, this is a matter of practice. It doesn't happen in one day because we have trained our mind over these many number of years to react in a certain way. Undoing that is going to take some time. So once again, we need a lot of kindness, compassion, patience towards ourselves and say that, okay, we'll look at life in a different way. Yeah. All right. That's what I have in store. If there are any questions that can be answered, we can answer that for you.
Like any techniques to come down to that, like to learn sometimes you're aware that sometimes you're aware that you are reacting, or you are overthinking a lot. Maybe situation उतना बुरा नहीं है तुम जितना सोच रहे हो, but then how do you cope up with it?
First things first, Sowmiya, you want to take that?
So there's one of the simple things that we have done before in one of the sessions as well. It's called emotional freedom technique, or tapping as we call it. I can just show a demo. So for example, if you're feeling confused, too many thoughts, okay, we are talking about just being okay with it, which means you accept it. So you identify what you're feeling, put it on a scale of 1 to 10. I'm feeling as confused as 7. Sorry. And I will use that word of what I'm feeling in a statement. I'll say, excuse me. I'll say, even though I am feeling confused, I don't know why, I still choose to heal and integrate, love and accept all these parts of me completely. So you'll say the statement 3 times. And once you're done with that, you keep your hand on your heart and close your eyes, breathe in deeply and breathe out through your mouth. And you get into the feeling of wanting to release the confusion. Once you're done, once again, now rate yourself on the scale of 1 to 10. And when you do that, you'll find yourself moving a little closer to 1. So sometimes you may just immediately feel free of confusion. Or if you're at a 3 or something, you can do this. So there's no minimum number of times that you need to do it. You can just do it and do it at any point of time. So when you're doing it, either your eyes may fill up, or you may yawn, or you may have other, any way that you are releasing. So hiccups, anything can happen, and that's all normal because that's the way the body is also letting go of the charges you have held on to for a long time. So that's how this will work, and it works beautifully. Our clients sometimes get surprised because they do this on their own and they are like, how can it work so magically? If it works so magically, I don't need to come for therapy. And hey, that's the point of it. If you can manage yourselves well, if you can live a happy life, you don't need to come for therapy. That you can try
Any
that and give us a
specific
feedback.
hand, like left or right, or any hand is okay?
Whichever you're comfortable with, whichever you're
Okay.
comfortable with, you can just do that.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
You're
That
welcome.
is like a very, very a technique that both Sowmiya and I swear by. Like we use it for anything under the sun. If you can't find a dabba of salt, we do it. You know?
Okay.
And so it's not about the dabba of salt. It's more about how you feel about it. No, like how restless you get. how disoriented we get with all of these things that are happening around us. The more we calm down, the better we are able to be life. So this is one of it. One major, extremely simple technique. Like Sowmiya said, do it anywhere, even in the toilet, when you're traveling or anywhere under the sun. Just do it anywhere. Okay. Anything else that we can answer for you? All right. So I think we'll call it a day today.
So you
And
have this thing every week, right?
yeah.
Because today I luckily